All right, Sam Spook, how you doing? Julia, welcome. Great to have you back. Ines, yeah, it's me. Great to have you. Kentaz, doing well, my friend, doing well. How you doing? So, I believe we've got a bunch of stuff going at the moment. Don't want to jinx it, mind you. I'm streaming on Instagram. I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on YouTube. We're bloody streaming everywhere. So if the stream just shits itself, you know why. Alrighty. So let's get ourselves situated. So if you're not already, join the Discord. This is where all these references are, so you can give them a whirl. Patricia, so you just joined. How you doing? Okay, super. What's going on, dude? So I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna whip into it. Not overthink it. I feel like drawing some faces, just as a warm up. So that's what I'm gonna do. So feel free to whip some shapes around with me, and I'll be going back and forth with chat, as always. I've also got different views. I've got like chat view. Oh, hold on. I've got chat view, so I can show you guys who I'm responding to at different times. I mean, it's really not that hard to do this, but it may be an upgrade, may not be, may be annoying. We'll see. Because I think, because now I'm chatting. Now I'm doing the old streams on Thingo. Twitch, I don't think I can show the chat on the screen, although everyone does. So I don't know. I don't know how this works, but we're giving it a go. So we're just going to do some warm-ups. Ogheneyoma. How you doing, Dollar? I'm doing well. How you doing? Lack of sugar. Great to have you. Where's the car? I know we're not doing a car today. Or will we? Who knows? It could be. We could whip one out at any time. But I just saw this dude and I thought this would be kind of cool. Maybe we start with this guy. Do like a little start. And then, also, how's the audio and stuff? Is that all good? Let me know. Sam Spook, them warm-ups be hitting. Oladurin, great to have you. No pressure if you just want to draw faces. Yeah, I know. We'll see. I might jump around today. It feels like one of those days, like a little bit of a jump around day. We'll see. Audio is good. Appreciate you for letting me know, because I've got a whole bunch of stuff going at the moment. So yeah, I'm also on Twitch. I should really share that link, shouldn't I? I've got one viewer and I think it's me. Let me get the... Alright, I'm also on Twitch as well. Threw it in YouTube. I don't know if that's allowed in YouTube, but pasting competitor, whatever, but I did it. It's happened. If they take me down, you know why. All right. So I'm just playing with shapes at the moment, not thinking too hard. I thought the black eyes were kind of cool here, so we could maybe play with something later with the rendering, because it's like quite nice lighting, so we could maybe throw in some like shadow shapes and work on our shading, our rendering. He looks concerned, so you got to put in a little bit of the concerned brow. Jelaine, great to have you. Techrem, how you doing? I think you can pin it too. Legend. Of course you can. Pin message, thank you very much. Which chat are you most... Oh, hold on. How do I... Okay. Which chat are you most comfortable with? I've got Stream Chat and YouTube Chat. Joe Villa Art, appreciate you. Thanks for popping in. As I was talking about it, Instagram Chat is a piece of shit. Because what it does is, you can see here, every time someone joins, it just pushes all the comments. It says comments here, but it's not. It's every time someone's joined. So it's absolutely useless. And if I see your comment on Instagram, it's a bloody miracle. But I'm still looking. I've still got it up here. So the worst UI, I don't know what, like, did they talk to any streamer? At least have an option to kind of like turn it on, turn it off, or whatever, you know what I mean? Twitch. Yeah, oh, we got 3 viewers. We got 3 viewers on Twitch. I think that might be an all-time, because now it's actually showing up. It was a bitrate issue from last time. Yeah, because I was pumping out like 12,000... whatever it is, kilobits a second or whatever, and Twitch can only handle 6,000, and that's why the blank screen was there. So now we got stuff showing up, which is a good start, and we're upping the professional. Oh, maybe not. I'm not gonna, probably not the professionalism, but we're trying new stuff. Let's say that. I wonder if Streamlabs has a way of consolidating comments from different websites. I'm sure there is. Lily Creme. The first, I think, yeah, the first chat in Twitch. Here. Boom. Look. Lily Creme. Great to have you. Okay, sorry. Oh no, I think we had some comments in Twitch last time, but there was nothing on the bloody screen. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking as well. I think some people might be more comfortable with Twitch. So, I don't know. I don't know how I'll go for discoverability, though. I'm pretty sure that YouTube's better for discoverability, but you never know. You never know. And also, I'm planning to do some collaborations as well when there's people that are on Twitch more so than YouTube. So, just getting used to it. All right, I'm just throwing in some shapes here. I don't even know what I'm doing. I wonder if Streamlabs has a way of, they're consolidating the comments. Probably, but I'm using OBS at the moment. I'm doing I'm slinging it free mode at the moment. So I'm just using the multi-stream plugin and the vertical plugin. If anyone's looking for recommendations, this is how I'm doing all this at the same time. Julian Kin, great to have you. Junors. I've got no time to watch a stream right now, but I'm going to leave both streams playing for support. Legend. Thanks for popping in. All right. So let's see if we can get a little bit of interest in these shapes, you know what I mean? Kind of like a flatter top of the head. So the most Australian thing happened to me yesterday. Went down the beach for a bit of a dip. Lovely weather. Went with my lady. We were out in the ocean about, I don't know, maybe knee height in the water. All of a sudden, so let's say, so here's the beach, water. It was high tide. And then, helicopter just pops out of nowhere, really close to us, like super close. Now, if anyone's from Australia, you know that's not a good sign, okay? I don't know if you guys probably are all over the place, have similar things. and then it just started circling near us, and then further on down there was like a jetty, right, or a pier for those of you international people, right, and then it just kept going around and around in circles, like over this one area. Then me and my lady ended up walking up down the beach, talked to a lifeguard. There was a bloody 2.5 meter bronze whaler shark that was just cruising around, and we were in its backyard. So that was kind of exciting. And this is what a bronze whaler looks like. I've got it all ready, all up and ready. So this bloody nasty character was cruising. I mean, they don't typically go for people. There was one, I think there was, in 2014, a person got taken by one. But yeah, that was pretty fun. So yeah, no more swimming, because what the helicopter was doing, it was like herding it back out, and the lifeguard was like, yeah, look, yeah, about 100 meters out, there's a 2.5 meter bronze whaler. Technically speaking, once it's herded it out, wait about half an hour and you're good to go back in. I'm like, bullshit. Who's stopping it from just like whipping a 180 and just coming straight back in? So that was me done. Laureen, Happy New Year. Yomamoto bought the Lasso plugin. Any clear instructions on how to use it? Not yet. That's something that's definitely a to-do. We just released it as soon as it was kind of ready. But in the upcoming content, I'll be using it a lot. So hopefully you'll get some good insights. I might even use it today. So stay tuned. Ines. Plant Booney, very pretty. Thank you. Yeah, super. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Misha, send me that link, dude. I don't know if you have already or not. And if you do sometime this stream, I'll let the people know. If you want to send it through Instagram, I'll let everyone know about your color and light course, I believe it's called. Bloody talented artist in here. Oh, same as well. Bloody Corin, what's going on? Dude looks like a young Bob Dylan. He does, doesn't he? Yeah. Flick us that link and I'll show it up on stream. Yeah, Misha, just talking about a little shark story from yesterday. It was pretty cool. Might even incorporate it into here somehow, because I'd like to start drawing other, well, not just, I don't know, just have fun drawing whatever the hell I want, if I'm honest, but just like playing around, you know. Freeze Ton 3, that's 6, stayed in Australia for half a year, in Australia, up in Townsville. Oh, fantastic. Nice one. Greetings from Indonesia. I want to ask if the principles on stylizing humans can be applied to animals. I think so, because a lot of the time people anthropomorphize, make them look like humans. Really. So that's, yeah, definitely. I'd be interested in seeing sharks in a cage, mate. If I've seen videos where that cage doesn't do shit, and then the shark gets in the cage, and then it can't get out of the cage. So then it's stressed out. So then you've got a person and a stressed out shark inside a cage. Like, worst nightmare. So yeah, look, if you go, like, it'd be cool, but I'm very risk averse when it comes to that. I'm never jumping out of a bloody plane. I'm never going skydiving. That's the same thing. I'm never bungee jumping. I'm not going shark diving. I'm very risk averse when it comes to that kind of stuff. So let's have a look, Misha, if you send me that link. Let's have a squeeze. Nah, no affiliate needed, dude. No affiliate needed. Yeah. Check out Misha's work. Highly recommend. Color and light. Colin, we'll have to do a drawing vid together. Yeah, sounds like a plan, man. So yeah, the way to color and light. So VizDev, this dude's fucking sick. Highly recommend. I think he's got a sale on right now. So yeah, go check this out. It's good stuff. I think, yeah, if Misha, you want to throw the link in the... I've already put it in there, yeah. I'm on TV. Hey, Eblin. You're my mother. Just call me Ben. Eblin's my last name. Seems you post on X and leave it till another time you want to post. I don't know what that means. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. This guy's feeling like a little gloomy, you know, so I might even give a little bit of the shading, you know, a little bit of the old moody line work. See what we can get going here. I've been keeping up with the traditional stuff, which is good. You drew that story out pretty well. I think you could do a Ben Eblin story time where you draw out fun stories. That's a good idea. That'd be good fun. And I try and do it like in perspective and everything. So I could be like, all right. Yeah, okay, I can't. Yeah, let's stick to one first. Let's just do a warm up. But that would be a good little. That could be fun actually. That would be really fun, and it's good to like try and draw scenes. And like kind of storyboard them out. That could be cool. Eddie, what's your art education? Oh, if I'm honest, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know what I mean? All over the place. If you're talking about traditional art education, I went to university for industrial design, which in all honesty really helped me out with understanding shapes and forms and that kind of thing. If you look up like industrial design sketching and that kind of thing, super helpful. But then I dropped out after a year. And then past that, it was really just finding my own way through courses and online stuff. Some in-person courses, like I took Robin Ellie's oil painting course, which was sick. Taking some in-person workshops at CDW, which is up my way here in Adelaide. Not gonna lie, I'd want to see him ride a shark for sure. Fuck at that. Riding a shark, you're just asking for it. Also, if you were just like, imagine there's like aliens, right? Because that's probably what we are to them. You're just walking down the street and all of a sudden a little bloody grey dude hops on your back. I don't think you'd be too happy and it could get violent. That I'm pretty sure that's what will happen. Debater, any old cartoonist, 1940 to 1970, what do you like? Oh, I'm terrible with names and dates as well. So you give me the two things that I'm just terrible at. Any old cartoonist. I'm drawing a blank if I'm honest. I like to do more exploratory stuff as well. So actually like pull up some, like who should, all right, give us someone and I'll pull them up and I'll check them out. Because I like to try some new stuff on stream as well. Yeah, I like these dark eyes because then we can like do some fun stuff with the highlights. So we can add in some like creepy stuff, which would be kind of cool. Little Doodle Devil. Your name always bloody gets me. Welcome back. But the video would be like a time lapse or something where you just roughly draw whatever it is you're talking about. That could be cool. Maybe I do it on stream as like if something comes up, then I like draw it on stream and then I clip it together in like a little time lapse thing. Yamamoto, I could swear you had an experience in engineering related design. I'm a mechanical engineer and I'm drawn to your style as well due to the way you break down illustrations into shapes. Cool. No, I've got a background in software development, but that was self-taught. Didn't go to school for that. Zhao, welcome. Great to have you. You've been looking a lot at Enrique Fernandez, or Fernandez, let's say. Enrique, like Iglesias. Enrique Fernandez. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. Comic book. Yeah, I should be searching. Show don't tell. Comic. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the line work, yeah, that's sick. See, I've got, yeah. Like just this. Ooh la la. Look at that. I mean, okay, and then we can say, okay, what do we like about this? What? Just show me the image that I wanted to see. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So there's like a real direction with the light source here, which is sick. And you got some really nice like inking. I don't like details. Would you call them? I heard Jim Lee? He called them Dits and Datts, which is kind of cool. Like these little like boop, 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 boop things. So we could like take some inspiration with what we're doing here. It's very clean, mind you, but so this is Enrique Fernandez, yes. Heinrich Clay, yeah, I've heard of him. They ain't aliens if they don't make fun of us like in the movies. Intergalactic beefs on top. Charles Adams. Oh man. All right, hold on. Too much. Excuse me. Oh, the coffee's come back on me. Oh, it's all happening. Agent, which do you prefer, the old Cartoon Network stuff or old Nickelodeon stuff? Or I was a Nickelodeon kid. I stumbled across a YouTube video, which was just like whatever it was. It was like just a compilation of all like Saturday Nickelodeon stuff. It was just like nostalgia overload. You just remember all the little ads in between it. Like it just brought me back so much. So back to the bloody drawing. Why everyone is bloody here. So even though I'm not describing everything, I'm not drawing all the little like this is a 3D form and blah blah blah. I'm thinking about it and I'm trying to find different ways to what's the word? What is the word? Describe the form. Just like we saw here with old mate Enrique. I don't know if you can see like on his glove. There's, is there a higher resolution with this? Apparently not. Let's zoom right in and you can see like a pixelated version of what I'm talking about. So you can see there's like little like lines, but they're going in the direction of the form, which is sick. Same with like the chin here. And just like little indications. So we can play around and then we can kind of break down, okay, where does he put like, where does he just block stuff in like super dark? He's got some underneath the nose here, underneath the chin. So there's like a real light direction, which is super appealing, which I like. So we can kind of have a play around with that, just like block this whole thing in, which kind of goes with the moody vibe of this guy. Oh no, we've got lag. I need to, my hunch is Pinterest. It's always bloody Pinterest. Or maybe it was that website that I just opened up. Yep. I swear Pinterest has got a memory leak somewhere. If someone could fix that, that would be lovely. Needs more story. Would love to see you do a frame from Nosferatu in your style. Would go hard. I'll have to check because that's a new one that's come out, isn't it? I'm very uncultured, so forgive me. But I heard there's people talking about it yesterday. No. Yeah, no. The day before. It doesn't. You don't care. It doesn't matter. Yeah, my mates were talking about it. Okay, so let's see if we just block it in. Let's be bold, hey. Let's just go bet. Oh, here, perfect opportunity. Whip open filthy. Thank you very much. Get the lasso tool, and away we go. Just like it does look a little moustachy at the moment. Yeah, let's get some, not the kind of moustache that you want to be just drawing willy-nilly. So let's connect some of these shapes. And then maybe connect the eye in here somewhere to then show the shadows, potentially, if that's going to look any good. Who knows? We will see. Hey Ben, why don't you make a course on Domestika? I'll get it in a heartbeat, maybe using your Lasso tool plugin. If there's going to be a course, I'm going to be doing it on my own platform. Oh, speaking of, I don't know if you saw that. That was fucking lucky. Now the hardware is playing up on me. Holy shit. Uno momento. How on earth? What? Hold on. My microphone just decided to pop out of its thing. Oh, do I need to take this off? Oh, the coupler. Hold on. No. No. This is ridiculous. Well, this is the stream, everyone. Welcome. Not only do we have software problems, we also, the hardware just decides to mess around with us. That's all right. We'll get there. I'll be very careful because this microphone isn't. How on earth? I don't even know how that happened. Hold on. Quick disconnect. Or not. Hold on. Hello? Are we back? I hope we're back. All right. The way he uses negative space. Yeah. You guys hear me? Are we back? I hope so. Too many Joshes. Welcome from California. Glad you connected the shadow to the cheek. Don't want to make that mustache. Yeah, I know, right? I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, we can eat. Fantastic. Oh, my God. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, I'm building my own course platform at the moment with my good mate Francis Lee, who is also my podcast host and co-creator of the Filthy Plugin. And we've come up with a name. Let me know what you reckon. We were going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and I think we've landed on Dria. So it's, and let me explain it. Dria. Now, as in the library, we had to put a H at the end of it, but it's like the Library of Alexandria. So it's kind of like all the information in one spot, accessible, 5-letter domain. I like it. There you go, Oladiran. Oh, if you want to get the references in the Discord, in my Pinterest. So yeah, Dria. Ice lasers, that dude's eyes are scary. I know, I kind of like it. Yeah, I like, yeah. But at the same time, like, the goal is to make like a shit hot piece of software, and that's going to speak for itself. I mean, if you think about any other name of software or whatever, some of it just doesn't make sense. But I like the little story behind it. Didn't need it, but I'm glad we got a little something. Because I didn't want it to be like course this or course, because it's not going to be that. It's one thing I'm really excited to create with it is like a collaboration with the students as you're building the course. So you, as the creator of the stuff that you put on there, you can actually get feedback and see in context of what you've already done, or as you're building it, you can give access to students to view it before it's released, and they can actually highlight sections to say this doesn't make sense, this makes sense, and you can just get a broad out overlook of, right, this makes sense, a lot of people are saying this doesn't make sense, and then you can even mine that for like content as well. Like, it's kind of just what I'm just building this stuff that I need, that I want, that I can't get from other stuff. But yeah, excited to get that out pretty soon, actually. He does so much on traditional and hops into digital. Cool. That's something I want to start doing. Let's add this here. I mean, this needs a bit of work, I think, but we can get there. Like, I'm not a massive fan of how this is all looking just yet, but we'll get there. Flat flower, yeah, that's the one I'm after. So obviously the light source is coming from the top. Will you paint this one, by the way? Potentially. Did you guys look through Cinnamon? Oh man, we looked through so much. Will your platform allow creators on it? Yes. So that's the whole point. Like I'm going to be using the living crap out of it. So it's going to be, oh no, we've got a little lag. What's going on here? Let's close some more tabs. Closing tabs all over the place. Let's see. Better. Okay. But yeah, creators will be allowed on it eventually. I'm going to, yeah, as I said, test the living crap out of it to make sure it's up to scratch. But yeah, dude, I'll be reaching out to you. Really want to see the course builder and how you can organize files and videos in it. Most platforms suck. Yeah. Oh, I do. I want to keep drawing, but I want to show you what we've been working on as well. Because we've got a pretty nice editing layout for it as well. It's like going to be don't use a buzzword, not intuitive, but yeah, it's, if you've ever used Notion, that's what we're basing it off of. And ideally there's going to be like version control as well, so you can do different versions of lessons based on feedback eventually, and blah 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 blah. So yeah. Now this needs a lot of refinement, but I'm wondering how we can make this a little more appealing. And sometimes appeal just comes down to your taste, you know. Lucky Ducky Creation is talking about the one that I'm building. Dria, I can start saying it now. Dria. Dria.com. It's not available right now, but it will be. And you'll be hearing a lot more about it, whether you like it or not. But this could be a fun one to actually explore the color, because I really like the, like if we like squint our eyes, there's like a real clear delineation between like the light and shadow, you know. So we could have some fun with practicing our edge control, our midtones. Again, I've probably said this a few times, but midtones used to confuse the shit out of me. I had not, like, people would say midtones, halftones, etc., etc. I had no idea what they were talking about. Come here, get a little bit of the lashes going. Yeah, there's something off. Something's off. I think it's to do with the chin here. We'll whip out the delete. I appreciate it, Lucky Ducky. 90 Yav. Sounds super nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. Get it working as best as we can. Will there be a feature for connecting also the mailing list for any updates? Yeah, so we don't want to build anything in. We want you, like, community wise, each lesson will be able to connect directly to a Discord channel that's specifically for that course. or whatever you want to call it, the piece of content, so that it'll be like directly, so when students sign up, they can connect directly to that and have permissions within Discord. And there will be like integrations for the first one, because it's what I use, ConvertKit for emails and stuff. But yeah, not trying to tie students or creators onto any one platform for the community. The way I see it, people are where they are at the moment, so make it as easy as possible for it to like slip into the current workflow, you know. APE, what's happening? Welcome. This is looking very Sin City Frank Miller. It is, isn't it? A little bit. So what I might do, I might experiment. I'm going to whip open the old hue and saturation. Do a little bit of this. Then come over the top. There's something aesthetic about a blue underdrawing. I don't know about you guys. I like it. I really enjoy it. Thungans, what's happening? Welcome. Sorry, I missed something. You're releasing a course? No, a course platform, but eventually. Yes, a course as well. Thungans in Twitch. We got the pun master on both platforms. But yeah, I do enjoy a little different color nod to the comic book. Pencilers and all that kind of stuff. See, you can't do that on bloody YouTube. What is that? Thungans on bloody Twitch. The emotes. See, there's a whole world of emotes over on Twitch. Apparently, I don't even. Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. Arda, greetings from Turkey. Love your work. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for popping in. Let's be a little bit more conscious of outlines here, yeah? All right, so I want to add a little bit more of these, what's the word? Whisper lines, I guess. And I think I can simplify this nose shadow here, but again, it looks a little bit iffy. That's all right. We'll play. And it's quite fun as well to, even with if you just got the vanilla lasso tool, to kind of draw with it and do the line work with the lasso tool. Something a bit different, you know. It gets that really high contrasty kind of vibe to it. And I love this little crease. Like, I always like doing this little crease of the, I don't even know, the eyelid crease. Just a little indication there, you know. I've seen some clips and stuff. They got so much of them there. They got so much of them. So much of what? I'm not entirely sure. APE. Yeah, we got the emotes cranking. Man, I've got to make some custom ones, right? Now Twitch is a thing. Unnatural robot. Unnatural robot. I see. Dual streaming. So confused as to what chat you're reading when I was on YouTube. I'm on all of them. See? This is my... What's the word? Cockpit? No. Dashboard? No. There's all my chat stuff. Oh, you know what's happening? The hotkeys, I've got them as 1 and 2, and they're changing the opacity of Photoshop. We've got to fix that. All right, we're learning. We're learning. Oh, the emotes get you. Farid, welcome. Greetings from Tampa, Florida. I'm a tattoo artist, but I love your illustration. Your work is inspiring. Appreciate your studio, Koge. My apologies for butchering your name. Tattoo artist, man. That's another world. The control panel, yep. You could call it that. Or should I say chat roll paddle? Nah. Try again, Sam Spook. Nah, almost. Not quite. So now I'm with this. I want to add those little indications that we saw with the other artist, Enrique, earlier, like these little indications of form. Right? They're not everywhere. And it depends how crazy you want to go with the style as well. What could be cool, like a kind of contrast, is if we... Yeah, I reckon we might do a value study of this dude. Right? But add in some pops of color to contrast like the gloominess of him. Somehow. What that looks like, I have no idea. Hey, do you have concerns using Photoshop due to AI? No shade. I use Photoshop too, just curious. No, I don't think about it too much. Maybe I should. Maybe I don't know. I'm just using Photoshop. But no, I appreciate the question anyway. Like, because I know that's a lot of people have questions about it. I haven't thought about it too much, if I'm just being honest with you. Lucky Ducky Creations. Great to have you. In Twitch. Moved from IG to Twitch. Yeah, that was my hunch that like there potentially be a few more people more comfortable with Twitch. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it all shakes out. But yeah, this is like, there's some nice opportunities here for playing around with really simplified shadow shapes and getting some of these. We can talk about midtones as well today, because we're gonna have to be using them. Quite a lot, actually. My guy looks a little bit derpy, but oftentimes my stuff does. By design-ish. So he's got that kind of like pursed lips, but he's got quite a like larger bottom lip. So we can add that in there. Whoa. Okay, adding here. I think I want to chunk the hair up a little bit more. Chunk it just a tad more. Give a little indication of that cheekbone there. How many followers did you start with on Twitch today? I couldn't tell you. I didn't even know. Unnatural Robot. I think according to the user agreement, as long as you don't save a piece in Photoshop cloud storage, they don't have access to your piece to use for AI art. Well, I'm fucked then, aren't I? Because that's where I save all my stuff. Yeah, I'm quite out of the loop with all the goings on with that stuff. which I don't know. I've got a feeling. I don't know. Mind you, I'm not, again, the most cultured person when it comes to like many things. But I don't know about you guys, but I feel like AI's like, at least in the art space, it's kind of like peaked a little bit. I don't know. At least from what I've seen. Mind you, I don't look for it. So there's just like less talk about it, or I'm just not in the places where people are talking about it. Who knows? Massey, how you doing? Carrots, welcome. It's me, Crystals, from the UK. It's 1 a.m. and it's perfect timing for a stream to sleep to. Oh, okay, well, I'll try not to do any big screams then. Carlos, thoughts about atelier education? I don't have many thoughts about it because I've never done it. It's cool. I was lucky enough to visit the Watts Atelier when I was over in San Diego, which was cool. But yeah, it's good fun. Terry Miner, I illustrate my children's books in Photoshop. Yeah. Is that reference pulled out of Twin Peaks, Jonas? I couldn't tell you. This was pulled straight off of Pinterest and straight onto my canvas. All right, so there's a little bit of refinement here. I'd like to refine around the eyes just a smidge. Jonas, it does seem to have reached a plateau. Yeah, kind of get that vibe. Not in other realms, though. Not in other realms, like coding and stuff. Oof. Crazy. Sam Does Arts just made a video about AI and Pinterest. I haven't seen it. Yeah, I watched that yesterday, actually. Maybe that's why it was kind of like top of mind. Yeah, AI is bloody rampant in Pinterest, as we've seen on the stream, where I didn't realize there was like a whatever it was, like a little scene that we were stylizing. I didn't pay attention to the writing on it. So yeah, I got duped. But yeah, I think his without saying his whole premise of the video, it was kind of like, yeah, for artists that are particularly when you're new, like some of even like the anatomy stuff could be detrimental if they're getting references and they don't realize it's AI, and like there's a deltoid that goes into like it's like behind the bicep, or it's like behind the pec and stuff like that. It's just, yeah. Benjamin Abbott, how you doing? Ryan, welcome back. Terry Miner Art, love what you do, by the way. A friend of mine referred me to your IG a little over a year ago. I appreciate you. Thanks for popping in again. Do you always use the pen tool? It looks nice and sharp. Unnatural Robot, this is actually the Lasso tool with a little plugin that me and my good friend Francis developed called the Filthy plugin. So it just automatically just does the actions for you for filling the selection. Oh, song just came on. I'm listening to Spotify at the moment. Bloody 9 Inch Nails. Hurt came on. Good vibe for this. I don't know if you guys like get influenced by the music that you're listening to. But yeah, this kind of definitely gives me that vibe. Sometimes I can't explain why. Certain songs will give a certain feeling of a piece. I'd almost like to do like wine pairings. It's like this illustration or this like drawing goes well with XYZ song. What have I become, my sweetest friend? Exactly right. Does this count as painting with negative space? I guess. But it's not negatives, but I'm trying to look at the shadow shapes more than the negative space, you know? I also found this song is very good to run to. For some reason, it just had a good boom, 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 boom. Now, for you Twitch aficionados, you veterans, what's the go with like copyrighted music and stuff? Is that like a regular thing that streamers just they do it and they don't care, or what? Sugar Beats, welcome. Okay. Give a little bit of context here of like his shoulder. Now this body type, I guess if we'd imagine like this comes down here, this gives me like the Hellboy vibe, like that real like triangle vibe. Damien, that sketch looks a lot like a Darkest Dungeons character. Hi Ben, I hope you and yours are doing all right. I appreciate you, Damien. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, doing good. Back at ya. I wrote an entire movie script while listening to the Foo Fighters. Helped me set the mood. The script was oh no. Oh no. What album? Or is it just like just all random stuff? So these are the Dits and Datts that I was talking about that I think who did I say that I heard it from? That comic book dude. So disrespectful, the comic book dude. You know who I'm talking about. I know who I'm talking about. I don't know if you do. But yeah, like the Dits and Datts, like those little things. Like Jim Lee, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, my mental RAM is at capacity at the moment. We've got 3 streams, we've got 3 chats. We're trying to make something look half decent. Okay. Is this a place where we stop and we color? I would like to add a little bit of the old. This is too, what's wrong here? What's wrong with this brush? Let's get the brush settings up. I'm not too much of a brush fiend. I don't get really like into it that much. At least at the moment. Like I try and go as excuse me. Oh. as like simplified as I can. I think I got to keep it with the lasso. I'm going to do these like little lines and stuff, just to show some direction maybe of the neck. And I think I'm being influenced also by the pen, the brush pen that I've been using a lot. So that's why I highly recommend anyone that's a digital artist right now, go out, get yourself a felt tip pen, brush pen, whatever, a real sketchbook, and go. Swear jar so far is at 0. I repeat, 0. Fuck, we need to change that. I would like to do a little counter, potentially. No color. It looks good without color. Okay. I do want to do some rendering though. I'll keep this. All right. But I'd like to explore values a little bit. We'll see. It does. I mean, but everyone loves a little painting. Right? I know. That's the thing. We've got to make something. Also got to make something appealing for the thumbnail. Calais plants. Oh, Sugar Beats, I love that you're doing more traditional practice. Oh, me too. I'm loving it. Swear jar 1. Thank you. Calais plants. What are your thoughts on making traditional looking art? I want to make art that doesn't look too much like 3D, but still has depth. Traditional looking art. I guess a big part of that is understanding artists that you like, that are like their traditional stuff, you know, and breaking down what about that makes you go, hell yeah, that's kind of cool. Little indication of the zipper. Do we cut in to the negative space? Do we get fancy like that, or does that distract? Maybe that could be cool for like, yeah, I don't know. See, these are all the decisions that I could reference what others have done. I did get a comment the other day on a post where it was talking about someone's getting upset about like that we're just using reference all the time and nothing original and blah 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 blah. I didn't quite understand that because one, it was a study that I was doing, so I was getting something out of the reference, but two, I think it is important to note, or at least as a reminder, to use what you're learning from reference. I mean, this is if it's your goal, you know, if you like using reference all the time and just like doing like stuff that's kind of close to the reference, go for it. I'm not your dad. I don't say what you should and shouldn't do, but it's a good practice to say, okay, use, like translate what you've learned from a reference and create something completely new from your imagination as either a final piece or as a good way to study, I find personally. Fat Cappy, what's going on? The grind got to be continued. Thumbnail shall be popping. That's it. Catch you later, Damien. Appreciate you popping in. Appreciate it, Sugar Beats. DPK. How do I stop making my art realistic every time I look at ref? Always make work look just like it. This question comes up almost every stream. And it's going to be the focus of probably something I'm releasing early this year. But a lot of it has to do with, all right, let's do a little breakdown. You got me on a tangent. You got my brain spinning. Congratulations. One tangent for this stream. So when I'm looking at this reference, there's two different mindsets that I'm in if I'm studying this reference verbatim and I'm trying to get something out of this, like understanding the exact shapes of this dude's face, versus doing something a little bit different. I mean, this isn't crazy different than this, right? So it's kind of like a hybrid between those two ways of thinking. But if I'm copying, which I'm suspecting without having any context of what you're doing, you're looking at, say, this eyebrow section or like the negative space, and you're copying that shape, right? And then you're looking at this shadow shape and you're copying that shape. And then you're looking at this nose and you're copying that shape. And then you say to yourself, okay, I want to stylize it. Let's just make that shape bigger, right? And then let's make this eye bigger, which is cool. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm doing here is I'm trying to understand the shape at its foundational level. Why is this happening? Right? It's everything has structure. So then if I want to make the nose bigger, I can do it in a way that still makes it look three-dimensional and not like a half hybrid between like a uncanny valley realism of the reference that I'm using, if that makes any sense at all. But there's also some caveats with that, where that's if you're not going for likeness. If you're not going for likeness, you do whatever you want. But if you're going for likeness, then it's a whole different thing, where it's the relationships between the features, not just the shapes of the features as well, which is a big thing to consider. All right. Oh, I don't know if Spotify's connected to the canvas somehow. Bloody a bit of Creed. One Last Breath. You whip that on, and it's definitely the vibes of this bloke. So angsty. All right, so what I'm going to do is try not to... There we go. Yeah. That kind of looks cool, though. No. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so I'm just going to flat in a background color. I'm going to save the line work because that just kind of looks all right by itself. I'm just going to experiment. All right. So let's grab this, duplicate it. I remember, buddy, at Proko, Stephen kept making fun of me for how I say duplicate. It's not America, it's not duplicate. Did you draw, dude? Okay, found you on Twitch. Let's go. You got bloody extra Emily emotes. Oh my god. Reference is super important, even if it's just to inform whatever you're working on. 1000%. Calais, I followed you because I adored your style, by the way. Reminds me of Max Grecke. That's a massive compliment. Yeah, Max Grecke's awesome. Santiago, hi Ben. I can't afford college, but studying art on my own. Do you have any recommendations? Oh, lots. I mean, first of all, get an idea on what interests you feeling, this is just me, this is just from personal experience, feeling like you've got to like get these certain things done. Like I've got to learn anatomy, then I've got to learn values, then I've got to learn painting, color, then I've got to learn materials and blah, 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 blah. Some people work well with that structured way. That's sick. Sometimes it works. It has worked for me in some degree. But I would focus on what gets you excited and then reverse engineer that. Like what kind of art gets you excited. And then at least you've got a direction to go down, if that makes sense. Because there was the longest time where I felt like I had to do all these steps before, like, oh, I should really like learn how to draw realistic first before I play around with stylization, or I should really like understand everything there is to know about color theory before I could get something to look good. It's just not true. It's just not true. It helps, and now I'm going back and like really refining my knowledge and diving deeper into anatomy, color theory, blah, 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 blah. But just to get started, don't feel like you have to do anything beforehand. And you didn't even say anything about that. So forgive me if I'm pushing my thoughts onto what your question was. But yeah. All right. Now, I want to block out the local colors. Really, we've just got the lightest skin. So I'm just going to... And we're just going to do this all in black and white as well. So it should be a good little challenge. Here. Got the chest there. Okay, so we've got it separated. It's a little bit different. All right, now. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's block out, let's just find the larger shadow shapes, like completely. We've got the line work here. I'm seeing shadow shapes like here. So I want to understand the Terminator, as in where, oh my goodness, if we're just thinking about this as like a single light source, where exactly is that light not showing? Irrespective or irregardless of bounce light and that kind of thing, where can I give my best guess, let's say, at where the light just isn't going to be? And this was one of the hardest things to try and figure out. For me, at least. Some of you might have got this bang on first go. And to that, I say, okay, smarty pants, buddy, look at you go. But for me, it took me a little bit to understand. But it becomes very confusing when you've got like a big area light or a big diffuse light. It's like, where's the Terminator gone? That's when things get a little bit wishy-washy. Did you draw, dude? It's Terry Minor art from IGs. Oh, cool. Which tablet are you using to draw on? Cintiq Pro 32. Yeah. The caricature resolution 2025 activity on Instagram can be a good practice for drawing heads. Yeah. Definitely. I didn't even know that was a thing. Ben, I'm excited to see you work on an animated film one day, even if you don't want to. I just know the future. Oh, buddy, if you know the future, let us know what's going to happen. Duplicate. Yeah, I know. Duplicate. Dupe. Don't let them bully you. Keep your voice. Nah, I could never. I had to ham it up. Well, not really, but I had to make sure that I didn't lose my Australian voice when I went to America, because it's very easy to get those R's, the R, because there's just a few times where I had to explain what I was saying to people, and it was just easier just to say it in American, as if it's a different language. It's like, all right, hold on, let me translate this to American. All right. So we've got a decent idea of some of these values. I mean, we could just like darken them completely so it's like a real, I mean, that looks kind of cool, but you kind of lose a little bit on that side, like all in here, a little bit of the detail. So let's pop him back. Now let's do something that I don't typically do. Whip out the smudge tool and see if we can get ourselves started with some of these transitions, or edges. And that was something like with this lighting course I'm working on, delineating the difference between transition and edges. Transitions, like so many things are like used interchangeably, because edges can be, right, this is a very soft edge here, right? Like it's a very soft transition of the brow, okay? But there could be also a hard edge of a shadow on, like a cast shadow on something. So that's not really a transition. It's like a pictorial, I'm just saying words now, it probably doesn't make sense, but it's like a pictorial thing, which is like an edge, because you can have like two things butt up against each other, even if they're far away from each other, and that's like a hard edge between the two. It's got nothing to do with the form of a particular object. Hopefully that makes sense, at least a little bit. My apologies if it doesn't. I'm gonna get better at explaining that. I love duplicate, honestly. Jonas, even Kim Jong-gi used reference. 1000%. There's new YouTube videos of his old recordings going up on YouTube of him actually, like, you see the reference and then him work from the reference and do like a realistic version, or like more of a copy kind of thing, and then he goes off and does this thing using that. What are your thoughts on using IG posts as reference? Should I do it? Yeah, I don't see why not. Squall, you don't need traditional school. No one does. The internet has everything you need. All you need is to do is commit and have structure to your learning and stay consistent in applying what you learn, and join art communities to get feedback. True. But I don't think traditional, this is the thing, I can't say my opinion on traditional stuff, like art school, because I've never gone through it. There is something to be said about the connections and the environment of always being around people that are on the same path as you, which is kind of cool. Something that I actually found when I was over in the US, of just being around people doing the same stuff, whether it be content, art, that kind of thing. There's something to be said for the environment that you're in when you're learning stuff, or just in general. Like, it's pretty sick. But again, I don't have any experience in it, so take it with a pinch of salt. I get Gorilla's vibe. Yeah, I'm getting that kind of feeling as well. It's probably like the big ears, but yeah. So here I'm just trying to do more of a, we got to do that right now. Yeah. We've collapsed it all. It's all collapsed. I'm going to keep the line work above everything, so it's always got that connection to the line work, but I'm just trying to figure out these edges, right? So there might even be like a real soft. Come on, what are we doing here? There we go. Like a real soft transition here. We can knock that back. This might cut in a little bit more than what the... I might just want to cut it in a little bit more because I feel like it. No other reason. And then here is where it gets tricky with the old halftones, right? Because if we've made this delineation to say that this is the Terminator, right? Everything that's not in the Terminator is a halftone or a midtone, right? Everything that's not in the shadow. And that's where we can get some really nice like form happening. So like these transition values. But I also don't want to go too like insane with the rendering either. And it's just taking cues from the reference as well. Like how his cheeks down here, this might actually roll into like a darker value to give it some volume and some realism, you know. But it's still in the light, technically. Whip out the old smudge brush as well. Something again, I don't do this very often, but it does help speed things up a little bit for sure. Then we can use a little lasso tool with the old big old softy to add a little bit of these real subtle like divots and bits and pieces. And then if we want a quick preview, I mean it's not looking anywhere near where I want it to, but then we can look at how some of the highlights might look. Whoa. So the light is kind of coming from this way. And we can smudge them out a little bit, you know. And then we can start just having some fun. What's going to be facing upwards? And then here and here a little bit. Yeah, so we're kind of just creating like a little map. Make those lips then feel a bit more rounded. And then, yeah, we'll just keep refining this dude. This could look cool. Let's get that whole get a different color to really pop the skin tone. And then better. All right. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back. Oh. Back in 2. Okay. Whoa. The illusion is broken. You didn't see anything? You saw nothing? Oh my god. Stay. Okay. Ah. All right. Okay. Super. Art classroom environments where everyone is working on a similar project is fantastic. It's worth trying to emulate that on Discord with a group of friends. Highly recommend. College's main value is exactly that. Connections and being around other artists tends to inspire and teach you even more than you would have learnt from the professor. I would imagine so. Sometimes feel alone when there's no friends in real life doing art. You and me both, my friend. But here we are. Rain Dash, hello, hope you are well. Was wondering, how do you go about transforming stylizing reference photos of teens and adults as children? I'm currently writing and illustrating a children's book series. Stylizing reference photos of that's a very specific question that I don't think I'll be able to do justice right at this very moment. My apologies, without any context. Acceleratron, Ben, could you please whisper to Proko so they would invite Corin Kaiser Stone? Could you whisper to Proko? I don't think I have that pull. Can you repeat the stuff about midtones? Everything that's not in the Terminator zone can be messed around with more freely. Is that it? Not quite. Biatch. What's up? Remember the band Gorillas? This reminds me of their characters. Looks dope. Appreciate it. Anime Athletics. Thanks, Jonas. Biatch, how's Australia? Pretty cool. I knew it wasn't a void. I know the whole illusion is broken. Oh, just stay where you just stay. All right, back we go. I got the comments here on a separate monitor. Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Well, there we go. Okay, now. Let's add a little bit of atmosphere. By that, I mean a red background. And then I was thinking whether it works or not, I don't know. We can try it. Multiply a nice little big old softy brush. Just like some subtle little something. I don't know. I'm just playing now. I'm just playing. So it's still in the realm of like your black and white, but not. It is, but not. Ben, coffee or tea? We got coffee right now, my friend. Kaneki Kun, how you doing? Does screen size matter for art? I use large canvases on my Procreate, but it always comes out blurry. I'm not sure what's happening there. There may be a setting for 4K. I'll Google that one. 3K by 3K. Yeah, this is like 4K by 4K, I think. Something like that. Let's have a quick look. I can never remember. Yeah, 4K by 4K. Unknown Quack. So you read the comments from Twitch? Yep. I'm reading comments from Twitch. Instagram where I can. And YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. It shouldn't be coming out blurry. So I would look at like some settings in the old Procreate there. So yeah, just playing around with a bit of color. And I'm just going to keep refining the values to make some stuff pop. I'd like to play with the eyes a little bit. So what I can do within this line work, let's think. Light's coming from this way. Just because the eyes are black doesn't mean they have to be like completely dark. So we could play around a little bit with how like a glass material might look. Like an ultra glossy kind of thing. I don't know. So probably be a good opportunity for a bit of the old reference, but you know. We can wing it for now. Well, he's looking creepy, so we've got that going for us. Now I want to refine some of these midtones. Really start to show not fully render it, but start to show more of the form. And at the moment I'm just utilizing, I've got a layer above that color layer, so I'm just using it as a it's kind of a palette, I guess. But the principles are still the same. We still got to take into account the forms, making sure they make sense. Also do have this little what you call it, little script. That will increase, but it doesn't say, it's got the hue shifts on, that's why. So I'm just trying to, it's a little bit too much. Looks like he's got a head cold. But even here, like the light's coming down this way. All right, we can see that clearly from the shadow that we've put here. Or maybe the pencil brush I'm using is not that sharp. Could be. It would be cool to go high contrast with the eyes, like make them too bright. That could be cool. I wonder. Like white. I wonder what that looks like. We will lose a little bit of the highlight. That's kind of cool, and then we could maybe play around with some reflected. Some reflected light. So I'm just playing around with materials really at the moment, seeing what looks cool, what doesn't. Now these are still a sphere, right? The eyes are still a sphere, so we want to take that into account. I want to get rid of the shape dynamics here, so it's just a big soft brush. We could make them glowy, maybe. Yeah, good call, Super. I like it. Flu season accurate character. Hannah B, appreciate it. Ryan Demon, yeah, kind of gives that vibe, right? And maybe thinking out loud, maybe we could add some of these accents, but go like the complement-ish. I don't know if it's going to be a little bit too garish. I don't know. It's half done though, so it's hard to say what will work and what wouldn't. This is where just playing around with some of the colors. Like maybe we keep it in the reds. Oh, I don't know. Because now I'm just within that like whatever layer, the Linework layer. And maybe in the darkest dark. So I'm taking some cues from memory from John Asaro with how he does some of his renderings. Like his paintings, it's like super, super like ultra like saturated in the darkest darks and like right on that Terminator line. So he'd probably do something like this in the nose here. Or like even like down in the chin. And then it kind of fades off. But it would fade off into like a color kind of deal. I don't know. I really don't know. Just plain. And this is where values are king. Okay? Values are king. Everything I'm doing here doesn't work, at least in my mind, without values. Okay? B046N. I don't understand why you can elongate the face, have big ears, big gap between the nose and mouth, a flat top compared to reference, and yet it still looks good and believable. I don't get why it works. Practice. And two, really it's simple shapes. Like that's kind of the big thing of it. And then within those simple shapes, if you go back to where my sketch started, it was really, really simple shapes. And then going within those simple shapes to just start fleshing it out. So we could go this route of this really high saturation, which kind of has like a nod to the background a little bit, like that. That kind of vibe. I'm not hating it, not loving it though. I think this is a little bit too in your face. So, looking back. Settle it down. Maybe this would even have a bit of that reflected light to really pop those eyes a little bit. And then here, this eye is looking a little bit flat. So maybe this eye, there's an opportunity here for a bit of that reflected light of the red. It's like that balance between realism and, I don't know, just dicking around. And I think we can really push the highlights, or at least the center light, let's say. Center light meaning the overall bright part of the matte surface of the skin, without thinking about the specular highlights. So what you know is like the shiny parts. So now this is really focusing on those midtones and where that light and where those planes in particular are going to be hitting. Mel Oliveira, how you doing? K44 Carbon, great to have you. Rayesi, thank you. I've been sick for 2 days. I look exactly like that guy. Oh, sorry to hear it, Misha. Catch you later, Misha. Appreciate you popping in. Almost looks like a Robert Valley drawing. Robert Valley. Again, terrible with names. I probably know who you're talking about. Ben's going horror vibe. I am a little bit, aren't I? We could like cross it with this, so it's like horror space. All right, using a bit of the old smudge. And then here would be an opportunity potentially with the lip, just to show a little bit that this is jutting. Well, not what I wanted. This is facing the light a little bit more, so even just a little peppering of that, and then a little smudge, you know. And then even here, to really show that, like, I don't know what, like, squish, it like gives it that squishy feeling, you know, like it squishes in, squishes out. There's some volume to the face. Hanabi, Ben, are there any art goals you have? And if so, how do you track those? Like, I want to get better at composition, but there are a ton of different ways to go about that. So curious to what others do. I want to get better at traditional. So the way that I'm doing that is I'm just trying to create a tiny habit, a tiny little habit, and that's just making sure that I do at least one little drawing a day. And I've kept that up for probably a month now without missing a day. But it's so simple, like it's so easy. I'm not giving myself any pressure as to having it look good. And then the hopes of that is that that's going to evolve. So that once I'm in the habit and I'm used to it, I'm getting that hand-eye coordination, then I can start to say, okay, how can I fold this into my normal sort of work? How could I utilize this maybe even on a stream? How could I utilize it hand in hand with digital? How can I do a fully traditional piece? You know what I mean? So it's really building up the habit. I'm big on habits personally, and starting small with them, because the mistakes I see all the time is people, particularly at this time of year, and I saw it this morning at the gym. You got people that'll say, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym now. I'm gonna do 7 bloody days a week. I'm gonna do this program. And it just doesn't happen because you bite off more than you can chew. There's nothing saying that you can't increase the difficulty of things or explore or really like push yourself with whatever you're doing. But I would personally, for me, I'd like doing that when I've built that foundation of the habit. And being clear as to why. Like, why do you want to do the thing as well is like super helpful. I want to do this because I think it's going to help my other artwork. There's like a direct correlation between, I think, me getting better at traditional and just like my art getting better overall. And I can see it even with this line work, just this line work layer. The way I'm putting down the shapes and that kind of thing is really changed for the better, I think, versus if I didn't. Gave him a little dimple, quick dimple tip. Just get it on one edge. Boom. Now got a nice little dimple. Gordon Freeman, shape language speaks to us. Oh, thank you. I'm loving how the color makes the form begin to pop out. That's what I was going for. Robert Valley does a lot of animation. Love his work. Also, I have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Melee Justice, thank you so much. Calais Plants, what are your thoughts on making a unique style, something that makes your art different from others? It's a combination of all your interests, all the stuff that speaks to you, because then it's yours. You're not like, okay, I'm this version of this other artist. It's like, no, this is just like a combination of a whole bunch of artists. And I'm sure people would say like, oh, I look like my stuff looks like X artist or Y artist or blah, 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 blah. But I'm not too concerned about that because it's like where my interest is. That's my North Star, because that's going to, one, keep me going and keep me interested. And two, eventually hopefully gets unique enough where it's like it then becomes your style. But I'm honestly not thinking about that too much. I'm trying to draw stuff that I'm like, that's cool looking, for better or worse. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it or not, but that's kind of how I am thinking about it. So what I'm talking about with the John Asaro, probably a good thing to say, to mention, because I mentioned earlier, this style of illustration is one of my most coveted for a long time, but achieving it has always been a problem. You and me both, Melee. Craig, any more 3D sculpts coming? You bet. And some 3D prints. I want to get this thing called a, I don't know if I talked about this on stream last time. I'm getting, where am I going? John Asaro first. So this is, like in my head, this is what I'm thinking about inspiration-wise for certain parts of this, if you know what I mean. So, John Asaro. So this dude, he's the guy that made the Asaro head, right? The original Asaro head, that's the guy. But this kind of thing, right? How like the darkest darks on the edge are like super saturated. Like this is sick. This is the kind of thing I'm thinking about. I'm not copying it 100%. If I wanted to really understand how he's working here, I would open this up and really study it, right? And maybe even do some thumbnails and whatever. But like this is so cool because there's a rhyme and reason to it. This is like the bounce light underneath the leg there, and it's just so super saturated, but it still works. And because there's not as much bounce light in here, this is a lot darker in value, but you've got some of these hints of like the blues from the background and blah 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 blah. So this is kind of what I'm thinking about and where I could push this guy eventually. Nathan, Ben, can you possibly explain how to draw a nose correctly in multiple angles? Not right now, because I'm just focusing on this angle. But your best bet is to really, this nose looks like it's glowing, is to really simplify the nose down and not think about that you're drawing a nose. You're drawing shapes, really simple shapes. Right, so I don't want this so much glowy. I don't know why his nose would glow. Maybe his name's Rudy, as in Rudolph. And he's like the demon that doesn't really want to be a demon. He's like the outcast. He's like, oh, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool, but see from where it was to where it is, just like some of that modeling really helps to sell the form. Tev Nada, super strong shape grouping and value control. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for popping in. Hanabi, cool. Tiny goals seems reasonable. Yeah, highly recommend a book called Atomic Habits. The one day Satan came to him. Rudy, with your nose so bright, won't you guide hell tonight? There you go. We've made a drawing mistake into a story. I like it. Very good, Super. How's your stuff been going, Super, by the way? I haven't asked in a couple of streams. Is it all coming along all right? Oladarin, Daniel, how possible would it be to get our versions of the sketches critiques? Not possible at the moment, but if you want like some feedback from the community, feel free to whip it in the Discord. But for me personally, I just don't have the capacity right now. When I do, you'll know, because I'll let people know when that's an option. But I haven't actually done that before, so it'll be a good time. All right, so I'm trying to model the nose in a way where it's not super like airbrushy. I want to use what I've done with the airbrush. And just slowly see if we can pick out some of these highlights, but still keep the modeling somewhat reasonable. Same with the ear. I think the ear can get a little bit of love. Squint down. Is there anywhere else? Like the lips, I think will be a little bit on the nose. Like if we're trying to accentuate some of that red or like put some of the pops of red, but we could do it slowly maybe. Nah, I reckon keep them like that. Mostly just working on art stuff for my game at the moment. Also doing some commissions on someone else's game. Nice one. 2 characters and a bunch of animations. Fantastic, man. What's a healthy span of time you find yourself committing to a piece you're not being commissioned for? Define healthy. I got no idea. They say you should step away when you're enjoying the process the most. Does timing yourself matter more the more you're interested in pursuing a professional level pursuit? Well, if it's for someone else, you've got deadlines, right? So there's that. Yeah. But I guess there's no right or wrong. I mean, some people spend months on a painting, years on a painting. You know, is that right? Is that healthy? Is that wrong? If that painting sells for 200 grand, that's bang on the right amount of time in my books. So it's really, really hard to tell. Pancake Hannah, do you usually color on top of the black and white value structure for your characters, or do you go straight to color? Both, depending on what I'm feeling. But I like to not rely on one way or another. Just because it may seem like the black and white to color might be a shortcut's probably the wrong word. like, because it's one way of doing it, doesn't mean that I want it to be the only way that I do it, if that makes any sense. I want to know how to get out of situations without the use of layer modes. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I love layer modes because they create some really efficient workflows. But just for myself, I like to know that I can, if I had to do this all on one layer, I could do it. Is it the most efficient way of doing it? Probably not, but I could do it. All right, we need to do something here about this. Also, what's that doing down there? Let's get rid of that. Now I'm going to get this all on one layer. Now we can start to, let's dance. Now we can start moving. I can add some more of the line work, but it makes it a little bit less editable from a like individual layer perspective. Now we can make this nose however we want. He's got a pretty straight nose here. Maybe I want this to be more like blocky. So this gives the vibe that it's kind of, there's a plane here, so we can knock back the value just a tad. And then have this there, and then maybe a little bit of the highlight on the nose. So we can just play. That's the best part of it. But do I like that? I don't know. It kind of looks like he's got like a bandage on his nose. We'll just keep rolling with it. Nah, we'll undo. I don't like it. I don't like it. Remove. Get out of here. I do want to clean up this shape though. If you haven't seen the last devlog for my game, I made huge revelations when it came to making animated cutscenes. I'll have to check that out, man. DBK, is there any way to make color more interesting? Yes. And it all is subjective. I like to make color interesting in, for example, in the darks here. I like having these big, like blocked out dark sections because it gives me a lot of room to play with the values, with the saturation. So I can just go boom, boom, boom and add stuff in here and have it still read correctly. Like all in here, all in the side of his head. Then we block this hair in a little bit and be a little bit more careful with how we tackle it. But because we'll keep this still black and white, I reckon. It's got a little bit more shiny hair. This is a different kind of vibe that I'm used to, but I don't hate it. And then we could, I am tempted to come over the top and do like a full-on Pancake Hannah. Thank you. This is my first time watching your stream on Twitch. Love your work. Ah, thank you so much, Pancake Hannah. Thanks for popping in. Flormal, your art is amazing. Love your workflow. Thanks for sharing with us. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. This little thing is throwing me off. This little bugger right here. Get out. Nah. I reckon we just simplify that whole thing. Cool. Oh no, wrong layer. Just block it in, same value, same everything. That's fine for now. And this here, and then this. This needs a little bit of this. A little, whoa. Or a little bit of that. We do the one eye black, one eye white. Don't hate it. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Sayak, welcome back, my friend. Happy New Year. Oh yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. Did I say? Yeah, since last stream. Happy New Year. I don't hate that. I don't. I love it. I don't know what I want. Put it back. What I was going to do. Probably silly. But taking some of this reference and putting it on old mate here. So like seeing if we can, even like a bit of a wonky kind of thing. Happy Pixel, Happy New Year. Thanks for popping in. So let's see. We kind of lose a bit of his ears, potentially. Just that, even that aesthetic looks kind of cool, like the sketchy. I don't know. Doesn't look like my stuff at all, but I did it. So what does that mean? I don't know. Kentaz, appreciate you, my friend. Happy New Year. Vez1X, looking super good. Thank you. I mean, at the very least, this is kind of like a cool thumbnail, so there's that. I wonder if, copy that, this goes here, this, duplicate that there, whip him back so then we can get some structure to this, which could be cool. So it actually like fits his head. Now I'm just playing at the moment. There's no, the rhymes and the reasons have gone out the window. Now this is a study in subtlety and perspective a little bit as well. No. I like the big circle. So let's see. Let's really fit it around this character and draw through. It looks like a fishbowl at the moment, but don't, just stay with me. Stay with me. Or it is a fishbowl. Maybe we get all artsy fartsy with it and just do some like, oh, yeah, cool. Vez1X, I watched your character design process video a while back. It really gave me a whole bunch of inspiration back when I watched it. So thank you. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Ryan Wu, me likey. Yeah, I kind of likey as well, if I'm honest. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with it, but yeah, follow along and we'll see how we go. And I think this is a big part, this exploration of this is like, the traditional stuff has helped so much. So let's find that center line. And let's see there. Because something's got to wrap closer around his head. We don't just want it to feel like it's just pasted on like a bloody Photoshop, just like on his head. Happy Pixel, found you on YouTube, been following for some time. Love your work. It's very inspiring besides all the useful information you're giving away. I appreciate it, Happy Pixel. That's so kind of you. Thanks for popping in. Nyquixo, hello. Welcome. All right, so there's that kind of feeling here. He's got like this kind of deal, potentially. And then there's like a skirting around. Also went fishing the other day. That was fun. Gonna do a bit more fishing, I think. Going fishing with Dad. Going fishing with Francis. It's a good little unwind. Just thinking about something completely different. Get out in nature. Nikki. Okay, my apologies, Nikki. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, so this is meant to fit over this, so we go back in space. Pun fully intended. Here. And it's kind of quite mechanical, so this isn't really blocking anything out. If he were to actually wear this. And then maybe here there's some like great. I did have an idea that I was sketching in my sketchbook, where like people are bloody addicted to vapes, but in the future we're going to need space helmets to go out in space, but people still need vapes. So there's got to be like a little plug in here for like their little like vapes, and then there's like exhaust that gets like blown out, but then it like fills up. The silly goose. Fishing is fun, mostly if you're used to an active life. Then go do something super relaxing like that. A complete 180. Yeah, it's great. But I like the active kind of fishing. I like lure fishing. That's good fun. And like squidding. Squidding's good fun. All right, let's knock this back. And let's go. Let's go again. See if we can be a bit more refined. Shall we? Let's think. Would he have like a little thingo? But I like his ears. So this probably isn't going to be the final version. But just seeing if we can... I don't even know what we're seeing. If we can... We're just having some fun. See if we can get some feeling of that, some volume, I guess, or some thickness of the helmet. Right, so there might be like an inner bit that we only see a little bit of on either side. Maybe, I don't know. And here. And is this my quote-unquote usual style? Nope. Does that really bother me in the slightest? Nope. So his shirt, this does not make any sense why his shirt would be open and he's got a helmet on. It's kind of like a cross between one of those like a scuba, old school scuba ones. He's got like a patch. So then how I'm judging some of these bits and bobs on the circular thing is thinking about the perspective. But also, if I were to make like maybe a hose that comes out of the center of this thing, right? It helps particularly on like a rounded forms. It's like find the thing as if it was like drawn on or like cut out first and then extrude out from that. Really helps. Just a thought, but it feels like the helmet doesn't quite wrap around his face the same way it does the reference. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just playing. There's something to, I mean, we could fit it. It's a perspective thing as well, I think. Like maybe that's like it's a little bit more closed in. Could help. But yeah, I'm not taking this any further than just like mess around sketch really. But yeah, if we were going to do a hose that maybe connects to another thing, right? Maybe his chest. Doodling, not noodling. Devi Animations. That's a t-shirt right there. I think it's because of the ears, yeah, definitely. Because we can kind of still see that. Does that make any difference at all? Oh no, wrong one, hold on. So get rid of the ears. Or maybe we'd incorporate that into the helmet because maybe they've all got like really big ears. So we would have to do some, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just drawing the thing. Flormal. I've been following you on Instagram for a while now. I see you from Argentina. Oh, fantastic. Your work helped me so much. Oh, that's fantastic. Thanks for popping in. Pancake Hannah, I like how you have all of your reference on your canvas with all the sketches. Do you go into these sketches just for fun and practice, or are they going to be a part of an illustration / project? They might turn into something. Who knows? But yeah, they're just sketches really for stream at the moment. They could turn into something like these hands I want to do something with. Because I just took a reference of my hands to then make them stylized. I like this dude that I drew from this reference. You know, so yeah, it's just like a big old canvas. Add ear compartments to the helmet, of course, Mike Freestone. You buddy, bang on, my friend. So let's see how we could do that. What makes sense? Still want to keep it in perspective. If this is what like space demons look like, they look derpy as hell. Look at him. He's going to be afraid of this dude. With his little ear thingies. Because in reality, yeah, there's like an issue with the perspective. when the head is in there. That's okay. Maybe it doesn't have this top bit. Maybe all their heads are pretty like flat on the top, so it kind of just like caps out. And maybe this is like a visor thing that kind of like slides back. Who knows? Yeah, back to the hose. All right, this is a cool way to kind of attach like a hose or a pipe to something and keep it feeling hosey and pipey. So doing these little discs that I've talked about a few times. So if we wanted it to come out a little bit more here, following the perspective. Nice little trick there. And he's like, oh, I'm so scary. I'm a demon. I kind of like the fancy word alert juxtaposition of like the really like, ooh, I'm a demon with like a derpy costume. There's something about that. I appreciate it, Sugar Beats. Love the nose. Your art is evolving in front of my eyeballs. Yeah, it's a different one today. Definitely a different one. Nathan, what would you say is the best for learning how to draw clothes on a figure? Clothes on a figure. You've got to figure out the figure first. So if we've got like, I don't know. Let's say we've got like an arm here. Right, chest. Okay, head. Okay, and we've got the arm. You got to understand what's going on underneath to then accurately kind of anticipate some of the folds. And it's going to be dependent on the type of clothing as well, because like say like a hoodie is going to be a little bit more chunky with the folds and not as close fitting necessarily, right, with the folds, so it gives that illusion of just like thicker material. If it's more sheer, then there's going to be a lot closer to the body potentially. There might be a little bit more stretching, you know. So the big part of it is understanding the structure underneath and using a lot of reference as well, you know. So it could be more of like a, I don't know, whatever. Sam Spook's back. He can have holes for his ears to stick out. He's an alien. Catch you later, Ryan. The helmet is NASA level workmanship. I know, right? It reminds me of that. What's that game? Kerbal Space Program, whatever it is. If you would recommend one traditional medium to use currently, what would it be? I'm guessing brush pen. So I will use them today. Do it. I'm going to be using mine today. It's like an elephant. Yeah, no, it is a bit, isn't it? And the thing is with like understanding, say these like rings, then you could make something similar to this, but in perspective. So you could knock it back a little bit and then go whoop. Think about these as like thickness. They've got a bit of thickness to them. So you're not just going like around, which you can do. You could have a little bit more structure and understanding why the little bendy bits are doing their bendy things. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Or I'm just blabbing on about something, I don't know. It's about that time of the stream. My brain is frying. Adam, how you doing? No functional vibe spacesuit is the best kind of spacesuit. I reckon so. Like, why is this going back into... What's this for? There's no reason for it. Like, is this... I don't know. He blows into this to keep his chest cool? Who knows? This is what it was going to be. Yeah, I don't know. I was just messing around. You probably wouldn't actually see that other side. I would for sure like redraw it all. And this might be turned a little bit towards us. It's his vape pack, don't forget. True. True. Yep. So maybe the vape goes in here. No. The exhaust is in the completely wrong spot. Oh, idiot. So this is where you insert the vape cartridge. Vaping is terrible, children, okay? Don't do it. But this guy's a demon, so he doesn't give a shit about his lung health. So he's holding the vape in here. It's going up. And then it gets exhausted out here via these one-way vents. Right. Out into the atmosphere. He doesn't care about the universe's air quality or vacuum quality. There you go. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I reckon with this, we call it a day. So this is where we got to with this guy. I might clean him up a little bit. It was fun. Fun to play around with. Great fun chatting to you all. Before I go, oh, Oh, you know the drill. Links are in the description. You want to get some more of my stuff, the stylized character walkthrough, links in the description. I'm working on a course platform as we speak, as well as a light and values course, which I'm smashing out. I'll give you a little preview. Local host 3,000. What else? You've already found me here, so you know where I am. What else? Filthy plugin, the filthy plugin that I used today. Links also in the description. And here. Okay. So this is what I'm working on. Understanding a lot of the stuff that I talked about today. This is pinging around in my head. All right. Planes and reflections. Just understand, and all the images are broken because I've changed it all, and damn it. But yeah, it's I'm putting this together as we speak, so this isn't done by any stretch of the imagination, but this one I'm happy with. This took freaking forever to figure out, but I wanted to show like the Terminator when like it's still in light, still in light, still in light. You can see it here, still in light, still in light. Boom, terminated, no more. So yeah, working on that. Keep an eye out for that. Nothing has been announced. Join the Discord. There's some cool stuff in there, cool people in there. And yeah, keep an eye out for more of my stuff. And thank you again for popping in. It's a bloody pleasure hopping in here, talking shit, drawing stuff, and having a good time. Let me just catch up with chat before I go. Happy Pixel, broken visor with red light on the inside that would look hellish with black eyes. Ooh, not a bad idea. I want to take this guy a little bit further. I reckon he could be cool. I might do some, I might make a reel or something using him. He could be kind of cool. Pancake Hannah. Oh my God, so cool. Thank you. First time actually having a proper Twitch stream as well. So I'm also on Twitch at the same time and also on YouTube at the same time if you're already on Twitch. So yeah. Mike Freestone, any plans to update your stylized character course, or do you think it still captures your process? Nah, there's going to be a massive, something completely different I'm coming out with this year, which will be not even an update, a completely new thing. Swear jar 2. There you go. Not bad, right? Two swear jars. Not terrible. Actually, I want to see if I can figure out that. And what that means. What does a swear mean? Interesting. All right. Well, with that, Apple's doing their thing. If I go like this, hold on. No, there we go. Celebrations. Beautiful. All right. With that, I'm out of here. I've got to get something to eat. Thank you again. It's an absolute pleasure hanging out with you guys and getting to draw and chat and all that fun stuff. And I'll catch you same time next week, 10:45 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time, for 4 or 4:30 p.m. PST on Sunday PST. Monday Australian Central Standard Time, Sunday 4 p.m. PST. I'm living in the future. What are you going to do about it? All right. I'll catch you guys next week. Ta-ta for now.